The IRS isn't the only government agency facing charges of playing favorites. Tonight, senior correspondent Eric Shawn tells us the EPA is accused of hitting certain groups right in the wallet.
The Environmental Protection Agency is accused of trying to charge conservative groups fees for Freedom of Information Act requests, while largely not charging liberal groups for the same thing.
I don't think it's fair at all. It's not fair to the American taxpayer. The American taxpayer should expect and demand that the EPA treats everyone equally with regard to these requests.
Research from the Competitive Enterprise Institute, a conservative Washington think tank, shows about 90% of the time the EPA refuses to waive its fees for conservative groups, but does waive its fees for liberal ones.
Earth Justice was batting 17 out of 19. Sierra Club was the worst at 70% granted, 11 out of 15. You add up some other groups, and we had 75 out of 82 granted like that because, of course, these are the groups that EPA has decided are the favored groups.
The House Energy and Commerce Committee and House Oversight and Government Reform Committee are investigating the alleged political bias. Acting EPA Administrator Bob Percisepe says agency policy is to treat groups equally.
Our policy is to treat everybody the same on that.
But Pennsylvania Republican Congressman Tim Murphy says the potential political targeting by administration agencies is deeply troubling.
Similar with the people with the IRS who testified in that, says, well, some of these things may not be illegal, but they can still be wrong. And that is what people expect their government to not be acting in these ways, but to be fair and just and truthful in these information requests and in their investigations.
The EPA may launch its own investigation. The agency's Office of Inspector General is now considering doing just that. Brett?
Eric Shawn in New York. Eric, thank you. Last week, they